Your big intro here.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Hello, everybody out there. Welcome back to the Greasy Monkey Show with Kyle and Danny.
That was the worst intro I've ever heard in my entire life.
I think it's our best of the 4 now.
I mean, I guess.
What do you mean you guess? It's either 4 or not.
There's been some outtakes.
Okay.
We started a couple times.
Yeah.
In one of them.
Yeah, I guess. But I'm talking about just the overall podcast.
Even though it's night now.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Nobody needs to know that.
Yeah, wait, it's still day. You don't know. How are you doing, man?
Pretty good. I mean,
how was your day?
This is all. It's all right. It's kind of slow, but you know.
Kind of slow.
It's Tuesday.
So it's a slow day at your job.
Yeah. How about yours? I know you're off until Thursday.
Don't tell them I'm off. I still have a 9-to-5 job. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, that's right. How's the day at the office?
This is my job.
This is it's
my occupation.
Full time. You get paid $100,000 a year.
No, I make millions.
Oh, millions. Wow.
Trillions even.
That's right. It's only 10% mine. So.
10%. You get half.
40%. 60-40.
Kyle won't take credit for this. He doesn't want equal amounts for some reason.
This is your child.
What do you mean? It takes 2 to tango.
This is true, but this is not tangoing. This is like the waltz, and you're the female. You do all the moves. I'm just there.
But the male leads.
The male leads. He's also just the support. The woman is whatever he watches.
I don't know how to break dance, so.
All right, it's true. There's a lot of that in waltzing. So.
All right, so. You asked me how my day was.
Yeah.
I had to go all over the towns.
Right.
Because
you.
I sent my textbooks to the wrong address for Amazon Prime, so I've been trying to find my textbooks at libraries.
Wow.
And this Strozer library, the FSU one, didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So. That's been my day.
I mean, yeah, that's not too bad of a drive considering you're right next to campus. But.
Yeah, but
okay. So this time we're going to be doing things a little differently. We're going to try to cut down the time on the podcast, and we're also going to try to get through things in a certain amount of time. So,
hopefully it makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yes.
Than us just sitting here talking. Which there's a time and a place for that, but
right.
For this, we're just trying to make it, more like a show.
Right.
Like
kind of like
entertainment.
Yeah, so that we can entertain you guys, entertain the masses.
Like a circus, yeah.
I'm a clown. I thought that's according to the Trump
what did that one say?
Call me a fake clown? No.
I don't know what it is.
A phony clown or something like that. Terrible. But anyways. All right. Well, enough of that. But breaking news, according to what Danny just found out.
I don't know. I was just
movie news.
Scrolling through whatever movie site this is, Hollywood Reporter, and it seems Christopher Lord, no, I said their names wrong. Christopher Miller and Phil Lord have left the Han Solo movie, the directors of 21 Jump Street, and the Lego movie.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So does it say who's going to replace them?
No. They said they were having conflicts with Kathleen Kennedy, the producer in the new Star Wars movies.
Huh. Was that their style, you think?
That the creative differences, that's what it says.
I guess if the Han Solo movie isn't supposed to be so lighthearted, I don't know.
That's what I was questioning when they signed on to do it, because they're comedy directors.
Yeah, both 21 Jump Street and Lego movie are both
and 22 Jump Street.
And 22 Jump Street are both all 3 are
and
comedies.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
I've never seen that one, so
it's pretty good. I mean, it's the same style of humor. Then Clone High, which is really funny.
Clone High?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that until just now.
It was on MTV for one season.
Is that the show that you were watching?
Yeah, I was watching.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's right. Where they had that the musical episode. I thought you said there's a musical episode, but maybe I'm thinking of a different
show. There might have been. I don't remember. Anyway, that was a really funny animated show.
Oh, animated show.
Yeah,
okay,
you're thinking of Todd in the Book of Pure Evil.
Okay, yes, I am.
But yeah. So they already had the Han Solo character casted as Alden Ehrenreich is going to play him.
What has he been in before?
He was in Hail Caesar for a second. And he was in a couple other movies.
Oh, okay.
But this would have been his big breakthrough.
Big break, right.
So I don't think he's left, but
hopefully
yeah, that's going to be interesting to see, and what exactly the creative that has to be over their style.
Well, yeah, I mean, Star Wars is like they'll have those few little quippy lines here and there, but they're the general tone of it isn't lighthearted or comedy. It's usually a little bit heavier because it's drama.
Yeah. Just from judging from their filmography so far, they like to make fun of things. Mm-hmm. Like in 21 Jump Street, it's all about making fun of the TV show and like cop movie conventions.
Right.
So I wonder, it'd be funny if like it was a Han Solo movie that's poking fun at itself.
Yeah, but I guess that really wouldn't fit into.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's just what I'm imagining.
That's what.
Maybe too winking, like. Like Rogue One references other Star Wars movies, but it doesn't like make fun of them or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
It just does
it's
it
like
for the story.
Like like fan service.
Mm-hmm.
But, so I don't know. That's my general impression would be, or like, I don't know what word I'm looking for. Assumption of why they.
Right. Your first reaction to hearing them.
Yeah,
being a director as opposed to somebody else that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if they're trying to make it serious like Rogue One.
Mm-hmm. And that's what my. I don't know. I mean, I could see it being a little bit more lighthearted because it is Han Solo, but at the same time, you have to stick with the Star Wars universe. So
that'll be interesting because they didn't write the movie though.
Okay.
They usually write their own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who specifically wrote it, but.
Right. All right. Well, now that we've got past that, on to the movie that you've seen.
Okay, Kyle, so set the timer.
All right.
We're talking about Guardians 2. Finally, I saw it.
Yes.
And it started?
Yep, it started. We have 10 minutes.
Okay, that's not like I have pressured under it. It's not like 2 minutes or anything.
No, spit it out. Spit out your opinion right now. Do it.
I was prepared to. I was like, I enjoyed it. It's same style as the first one. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm talking about John Wick 2. But, it was good. I did feel like the emotional parts weren't exactly earned to me.
Okay.
Like towards like Yondu, which I get. Like,
spoilers, by the way, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Spoilers.
Well, I didn't really say anything, did I?
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No.
But just like they do at least James Gunn does a good job at developing these characters and giving them conflicts in this movie. It's just in the first one, all we get from Yondu is that he's an asshole,
Yeah.
and that
he's greedy.
Yeah. We don't get any sense of a father-like relationship in the first one to Star-Lord, other than he took him in.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I guess he taught him enough to survive.
Yes.
So.
And we're supposed to take that on assumption in this one that he was his real father.
Correct.
So that was just my gripe with it. It's like I wasn't that invested in that relationship.
Right, and I guess I can kind of see why they went that, just because you have to make it to where Ego would be seen as this ultimate father figure at first, when he's like super charismatic and stuff like that. Whereas if Yondu's relationship with Peter was so much more smooth. Is it like a lot smoother and more of a contemporary relationship between a father and a son?
Yeah.
Then maybe Peter wouldn't be as open to meeting Ego.
Right.
And like kind of running into his arms full-fledged.
I had no problem with anything of that. It's
I'm just saying maybe that's why it's hard for them to justify the emotional feelings at the end.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I liked the ending.
Mm-hmm. As did I.
And how Rocket saw himself in Yondu. Mm-hmm. I got a little bit emotional there when.
Did you?
Yeah.
We kind of talked about this before. I think my favorite part of the emotional buildup at the end, or the emotional release, I guess you could say, was that quick flash of.
No, which is
Yondu,
great. I wanted to see more of that.
Of Yondu helping Peter shoot. Mm-hmm. And I loved that part. And I'm like you. I wish there was more of it. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like you feel like they should have done like even if it was like 3 or 4 more quick frames of that.
Yeah.
But they just did one.
Yeah. Which I get it. I tried to understand from James Gunn's point of view. It's like, all right, this is like kind of the reveal of showing how their relationship was.
Right.
It wasn't enough.
Right. And part of me, as much as I liked it, part of me feels like if you didn't add in those extra 3 or 4 shots, just even quick, maybe it's almost like why even add it in at all.
Yeah. Because the thing is, it's supposed to be the last shot in this little montage of his life, I guess.
Right. And I guess it's kind of a thing where it's like maybe that was the happiest moment for Peter.
Yeah.
That, he's learned how to shoot.
Yeah.
So maybe there wasn't really many other great golden moments like that, but that one, and that's the one that stuck with him for his life.
There's the part where Peter uses his heart instead of his mind because Yondu tells him to.
Right.
To
Yeah, that was a good
Ego.
part. I liked
Yeah.
that whole
Yeah.
thing there too. So,
Like, I just felt like the movie dragged at points, though. It's just like it was pretty long.
it was a long movie.
Yeah.
It was.
But it's trying to build up to that. We already talked about this, but Drax is my favorite character humor-wise.
Yes, I would agree.
He's funny.
Him. In the first one, I liked Groot's humor.
Groot.
His Groot just, I guess not so much his dialogue. Drax's dialogue, I think, is the best.
Yeah.
Groot with how he reacts to some things.
Yeah.
With his facial expressions.
I didn't really care at all for Baby Groot. Honestly.
Baby Groot was like, I think it's just a fan service, but I mean, you also have to show that he's still growing. So I'm assuming that in the next movie, Volume 3, or actually I think they'll be back in Infinity Wars first.
Yeah, they are. They already filmed.
Yeah, so he should be back to full grown.
Yeah.
Because I think that they you saw the post credits.
Which one?
You saw all of them?
No, I didn't wait to the very end.
Did you see the one where he was a teenager?
Groot?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Yo, you missed that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter walks in and he's like, you can't just, sit in here on your video game all day and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh,
You
I
didn't
missed
stay for
it.
that?
No.
Why not?
I don't feel like staying.
Okay. Man, that's the
I'll watch
one.
it later.
Marvel movies are the ones that you have to stay for. They weren't like at the very, very, very end of the credits either.
There was already 2 post-credit scenes.
Yeah,
so.
but
the post-credit scenes are getting ridiculous. Let's face the facts here.
Well, no, sometimes. Well, I mean,
It's just basically making you watch till the very end.
I mean, this one you didn't go all the way till the very end, if I remember correctly. This one you just went. It like chopped it up throughout the credits. So it's like they were doing like. All right, so you remember how you have the artistic credits at the end before it goes to just the straight black.
Yep.
I think it's during that one where it just.
There was already 2 parts before that.
Yeah, I know, but they
So
have a total of 5.
I don't care.
Well,
I'll watch
anyways.
it later. It's just annoying. Like
Why is it annoying?
if
You're
it's
already
like a
at the
good
movie.
part.
But you're already at the movie, so why not just sit and watch it? Where are you headed off to?
I don't know.
I mean, it's a Marvel movie.
The movie's
you know
supposed to be
it's gonna be
over
there.
when the credits start.
No, you're already at the movies, and you've already sat there for that long. What's an extra 2 minutes?
Why not just give it one scene at the end of the movie? Why have to sprinkle it through the credits?
This one is just because it wasn't necessarily building up to any of the other movies. It was just for some funny things.
All right.
So, I mean, I don't know. I was prepared to stay till the very end of the credits, which we did.
Because again, I don't really care about the connections to these movies anymore. So
Fine. You're not a real Marvel comic fan.
No, not a comic fan. A Marvel Cinematic Universe fan. 'Cause you don't read anything comic.
All right. Either way, you're not as much of a fan as you think you are. All right.
I don't consider myself a fan.
Well, just a quick heads up. We have 3 minutes left on this topic of Guardians. So if there's anything else that we want to brush over.
I thought the first one was better as a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went back and forth between the first and the second one.
Why? The first one's way better.
The first one I liked it a lot, but I really liked the second one I think I liked the ending a lot for the second one. And that's what really made me, at one point, consider it being better. So I go back and forth still. I don't have a set. It's that close to where even if I had to pick one, it's still tough. Mm-hmm. So it's that close between the two. So I would agree that both of them are really good. I don't really
Both
know.
of them have like really feel good endings.
Yeah. Because I watched
So-
the first one was on FX the other day, and I was watching that. It's like, that's a good ending too. It's like very dramatic and
Yeah.
and then a feel good ending. So, both of them, I don't know. I'm just glad that they did a Guardians of the Galaxy franchise part to it because I never knew about them before the movies.
Yeah.
Really, that's like one of my favorite Marvel groups, I guess you could say.
Yep.
Not that there's like a ton of groups, but yeah. Anything else that you wanted to touch on with the last 2 minutes?
Just as far as the first one's better, I like the soundtrack of the first one better.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I didn't really have much else to say.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, it definitely did build up to that ending. And yeah.
So it just sounds like you were more invested with the emotional ties with Rocket.
I mean, I guess when I was watching it, that's the way I felt more into, this storyline.
Which I think is more true to a moviegoer than afterwards. If you have time to think about it afterwards, and it's like, okay, that didn't hit you during the movie, but I think during the movie, whatever you're invested to,
I know, because I don't like cry during movies. But I know when I get emotional, because you get that feeling.
You get that feeling in your chest.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I mean, it's not like I haven't. I've never bawled, but I've gotten teary eyed. But it has to be a really emotional movie.
The most I cried as a kid was My Dog Skip. Hated watching that movie. And then when I saw it in theaters, the one that made me almost feel like I was gonna cry way afterward, hours after, was Bridges to Terabithia.
Isn't it pretty sad though?
Yeah, it is. It's really sad.
I don't think I've seen it.
When I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, but Anna Sophia Robb's character dies, and out of nowhere, and I was in 6th grade at the time, 5th or 6th grade, so I was pretty young.
There's a couple times I can remember crying, but not for the same reasons. In Star Wars Phantom Menace, I started crying because it was too loud or something in the theater.
It was too loud.
So dude, I was 5.
Crying. Wow.
So yeah, I started crying and I had to leave.
That's hilarious.
And when my dad finally set up a new TV and DVD system, and so we borrowed a DVD of Independence Day, and the scene where the alien jumps out at the glass, I got so scared. I started crying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's 10 minutes.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right.
And we're kind of off of Guardians, but if you want to keep going with this.
I was just saying, I can't think of one word I'm crying of sadness. I only get swelled up or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I think, like I said, it's been a while since I've cried out of sadness in a movie. I felt really sad in movies, where I get choked up.
Yeah.
But I haven't actually shed a lot of tears or anything like that since I think the last.
Come on, we're men. We don't do that.
Yeah. What?
Grr, masculinity,
blood,
babes, muscles,
explosions.
That's Fast and Furious for you.
Nope,
there you go. All right, so let's move on.
Okay. So next we're going to be talking about one of our most, I guess, a friend movie between the two of us that I don't know how to explain it between the two of us, but
we've mentioned it on this before, and mostly people who are watching this right now are friends and they know it.
Yeah. The Room, cinematic masterpiece, really. If you
I rarely throw out the word masterpiece, but
for this one,
2001, Vertigo, The Room.
I would say that The Room probably outdoes those other two.
Probably.
I mean, it outdoes
in terms of just sheer vision.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Can you really trust anyone?
Yeah, the infamous tagline on the poster.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess we have to introduce it. Actually, let's tell the story about when we first saw it.
Okay. So this was my sophomore year, your freshman year. It was probably the first couple weeks of
right at the start
of the semester. So we're at the school library at FSU, Stroger Library.
We should preface this by saying that we love watching bad movies. I think we've said that before.
Yeah. What used to be our favorite company was The Asylum. They would make all these B-movie mockbusters.
Mockbusters.
So we'd always watch those over our summers. And make fun of them.
So I was just looking for other stuff to watch.
Right.
I don't think we really forayed into any other bad movies before that. Just Asylum movies.
Right.
And I just kept seeing online over and over again this movie called The Room, and it just fascinated me because of that poster. You think it looks really dramatic, dark or something. Kind of
Yeah, I mean, isn't it labeled as a dark comedy?
Yeah. So I was like, what is this? But I didn't know it was going to be that funny when we watched it. But I just kept seeing on all these bad movie lists, The Room, Troll 2, The Room. And
right.
And then we were at the Stroger Library.
And you said, and you saw it there, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is supposed to be one of the best movies ever. and I couldn't tell if you were serious or not, because you were just getting into your film studies stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe it is. And then you told me, no, this is a terrible movie, but we're going to go back to the dorm
We're
and
gonna trick our other friends,
our other friends, Sam and Alex. and say this is the best movie ever.
Like I played it off pretty well. Like
Yeah.
it's considered one of the greatest movies ever, and like I think you guys would enjoy it and stuff like that.
God.
I had no idea what we were getting
Oh
into.
my god, I don't know if I've laughed that
Okay,
hard
so
at how bad the movie was.
the intro starts. This man named Tommy Wiseau directed it, starred, produced, wrote. What else?
Everything else you could possibly
Yeah, all the
think
credits
of.
you could give yourself. A Tommy Wiseau film.
Yeah.
And he plays the main character named Johnny.
There's right off the bat within the first like 5 minutes of the movie, I think, was there one sex scene?
It's the first sex scene.
First sex scene. Then I think 3 minutes after that, maybe 5 minutes after that, there's a
It's the
second one.
sex scene.
And then
I
10 to
completely
15
lost it at the second sex scene.
the soundtrack they chose.
You are my rose. You are. But basically, we gotta describe the plot. It's basically this
Basically, you have two
melodrama.
friends. Yeah, you have two friends,
Yeah.
which is Tommy and
Greg.
Greg.
Or what's his name?
No,
Mark.
So you have Johnny and Mark,
Yeah.
and then Johnny's wife Lisa. So Johnny and Lisa live together.
But Lisa betrays Johnny with his best friend,
yes, Mark.
That's
And
the easiest way to explain it.
Yeah. So Mark and Lisa get it on.
There's a
and-
whole array of colorful characters in that movie. Though.
Yeah, and a lot of
Non sequiturs.
Yeah. We can't even. I don't even think we should start listing them off unless we have time
Oh,
to.
Chris R, Denny,
The
Mike,
mom.
Me Underwears.
What's the mom? Me undies.
Whoever the other girl's name is.
Claudette
Michelle.
with her breast cancer.
Two Peters.
Yep. The one guy quit halfway through
Yeah,
filming.
it's so fascinating, the backstory.
Yeah.
But anyway, just watching it on first viewing, it's played dead straight.
Oh, it is. It's not supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah.
But everything is so badly acted and
Yeah.
just.
It's like one of those daytime soap operas, but it's really bad.
Yeah,
Like, it's even worse
It
than
makes
those.
the daytime soap operas look great.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's probably one of the most entertaining movies if you go in expecting it to be a terrible movie.
I guess. Even, like, I don't know how, like, we went into it blind.
We did.
So, like, I don't know how you can prepare yourself for it. Like,
Keep your stupid comments in your pocket.
yeah, they're just every line in that movie is a quote to us now.
Yeah. Oh, we use it just about every time we've seen each other since then.
Still, that's pretty bad when we still say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's just okay. So we watched it a couple times.
Yes.
We got obsessed with it, and then
We've played the computer game,
which is
that's
pretty funny
online
too.
and yeah.
It kind of expands the story. It follows Johnny through the whole like plot, basically.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But so then you just become fascinated with the movie and like what compelled this Tommy Wiseau guy to make this, like write it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's obviously foreign or something. Comes from some different alien world.
I mean, I guess that's probably he's just delusional. I would almost say not.
He's almost paranoid because the way the plot works out is like everybody betrays him. He is the
Yeah.
only good guy.
Yeah.
So, and so that's like what kind of draws me to it. Not only is it hilarious, but it's just like this strange world view that this Tommy Wiseau guy sees stuff through.
Well, yeah. I mean, and not only does Tommy Wiseau do the movie, he's done that YouTube series of
Which one?
The games.
Tommy Wiseau.
The Tommy Wiseau, where
Yeah.
he goes and he's abducted by an alien to play.
He basically does Let's Plays, but like
Yeah. And then he.
What about that? It's
just how absurd that is, even,
Oh, yeah.
and just he goes into a ton of different things. So
yeah, but that just kind of takes us to The Disaster Artist, which was
A
the
book.
story behind it by
it was by
the
Greg
guy who plays Mark.
Sestero, and he wrote the book about the making of The Room.
Yeah.
So you get to kind of get this
And
behind the
it
scenes.
makes it even better. Like
Oh, it
hearing
really
the stories
does.
because Tommy basically is Johnny.
Oh, he is
Even weirder, honestly. So
and then now, we're obviously excited for The Disaster Artist, the movie.
yeah, James Franco is gonna play Tommy
and then
Wiseau.
his brother
Dave Franco is playing
Franco.
Greg, which is some
Greg.
weird thing because there's already sexual tension between Greg and Tommy. So they're brothers, and I don't think they're gonna play that up. But in the book,
Right.
there's some sexual tension.
Yeah, I haven't actually finished the book.
Oh, dude,
I
you,
read
you
most
can
of it.
so
but
tell. Like,
yeah,
it's just a weird thing that Tommy has for Greg.
right. Yeah, you can definitely see that.
But then it's like put this through this weird filter is that now their brother's playing. That I don't know. It's all strange.
It is pretty weird.
But it got picked up by one of the biggest indie movie distribution companies or production companies, A24.
A24.
And it's getting an award season release. No. So James Franco might be up. You never know for some Oscars. We'll see.
We'll see there.
It got some good reviews already. So we just had to finally let out our on-screen love for The Room.
Yes, and if you guys have seen it, leave in the comments.
Oh, we forgot to do that at the beginning.
Quotes.
We should state stuff at the beginning for the people to leave comments and stuff.
All right, we'll try to remember it next time. But leave comments like about any of the things we talk about. Like this one, you tell us what's your favorite Room quote if you've seen the movie,
or what's your favorite bad movie.
Your favorite bad movie of any types of bad movies. So like.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I could dive in and talk about The Room for forever.
You have a whole other podcast on it.
Yeah, just dedicated to it.
Right. But we're about out of time for The Room.
Oh, okay.
All right. So next up, we have Reddit questions. I don't know what's this segment be called.
Or a reoccurring segment. Yeah. It's just Ask Me Reddit.
Yeah.
Ask Reddit.
All right, Ask Reddit. And we're going to try to cap this at 10 minutes. So about 2 minutes per question. If we go over, bear with us.
Yeah, please.
Please, this is very important. You need to know our answers. And if you guys are still watching, comment with your answers.
Yeah, come on. I want to know what you guys think.
And maybe ask us some questions. We haven't gotten any comments yet, so we really can't answer any questions that haven't been asked. So, All right. So I guess you can hit us with the first questions here.
All right, 2 minutes. Ready?
Yep.
What's a movie that's terrible that you secretly liked?
I wouldn't call it terrible, but I know that the consensus is that it was pretty terrible. One of them is Spider-Man 3.
No, don't not start this whole conversation.
I'm just saying that one, but
he thinks Spider-Man 2 is worse than Spider-Man 3.
I didn't like it as much.
You're ridiculous.
I didn't like it as much, but all right. Off of that, the very first time I saw it, I somewhat enjoyed The Happening.
No.
It was way back in the day. I was like, all right, it's kind of.
Well, when we're younger, it's just like
right.
We'll find like any horror movie good or something.
Yeah. So after that, though, I did watch it another time. I did not like it so much, but at one point, I guess I did like that terrible movie. So
I mean, I remember when I bought like the Amityville? No, not the Amityville. A Haunting in Connecticut. I bought that movie from Movie Stop.
You bought it?
Yeah.
Because you thought it was good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a bad movie.
Right. Okay.
I guess anything I liked when I was younger, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of my movie collection.
Me too.
I mean, I used to really like Jurassic Park 3. That's not a really good movie.
You don't like? I like Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park 3 is way better than Jurassic Park 2. I don't care what you tell me.
Just as Spider-Man 3 is better than Spider-Man 2.
But all right, this argument for Jurassic Park 3, I think, is stronger.
It's more straightforward.
Yeah,
it's more of an adventure.
I never really cared for Jurassic Park 2.
Dude, come on, the scene with the raptors in the tall grass.
It's a short scene that's like, okay, if you're gonna base the entire like 2.5 hour movie on like a minute scene.
The T-Rex parts.
Like, all right, those are decent, but like the rest of it, I don't know. I just felt like
I think it's a better movie.
Taking the T-Rex to whatever city that was, LA.
That's one part of the movie.
That's a huge part. You know how long that scene is with the
I just consider it like a tacked on part. Like the movie already ends with them leaving.
Well,
to me,
then I guess you could just say that any movie's good based on a few scenes, and the rest of it's tacked on.
Because Spider-Man, Jurassic Park 3. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
All
right. Well, anyways, that's.
You kill the T-Rex with the Spinosaurus. How could you? All right, keep going.
All right. Well, the next question.
Screams. I have a small penis.
I would say when you're driving a big ass truck and you rev the engine up next to people and you're trying to go blazing down the street.
I would say any type of car.
Any type of car that you do that unnecessarily all the time. I can get doing it to get maybe your French on the street or something, but if you do it like consistently,
is it kind of a cliche that guns kind of compensate?
I don't think so. I mean, I've never thought of it unless I could be in the minority.
I think I saw like it in Family Guy or something. Yeah.
To me, it's always just been the bigger the truck, more compensation.
What else? I don't know. Just trying to act masculine.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say like if you're, I guess maybe
Just
like
trying to be like a bro.
Yeah, trying to be trying to act like the biggest dick.
Yeah.
So maybe that means you have the smallest dick.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's really all I've got.
I don't really know. I just thought the question was
Yeah.
funny, so I
Okay,
asked it.
well, next one.
Well, what are some things you suck at?
I'm not the best at soccer. I'm not too great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're decent. You're athletic.
I mean, I'm athletic enough, but I'm not great at soccer. Soccer is by far. I'm not very good at tennis.
Yeah, I'm not good at tennis either.
I'm not very good at volleyball. I have
Volleyball's
had
easy though.
I mean, sometimes I'm not that great.
I'm not good at public speaking.
Public speaking, I can sometimes find my groove, but other times I say
I do that too, but
a lot.
the only way I can like have a presentation or something is if I practice it like 20 times and have it all written out.
And when I had my speech class,
I have to like
senior
memorize
year,
everything.
Oh,
I can't say things off the cuff like when we're talking. It's fine, but
right. I mean, when I had my speech class senior year, I did not practice enough, so there's be times where it's like, oh crap.
I got an A on my room presentation.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was because I already knew everything about it, so I could just like say whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. Good for you.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of anything else I suck at. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that there's some.
I'm not very good at parking.
Parking?
Yeah.
I've noticed that like the best car I was able to park was the old Camry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anymore, I'm like sometimes I feel like I can't have a hang of the hood of my car and how far out it goes anymore. I never got a hang of the Saab. I always liked the parking with the Saab. And then now with my Corolla.
I have no idea how to parallel park.
You don't know how to parallel park?
Nope.
No?
We didn't have to learn that.
Right, you didn't have to, but
Yeah.
I mean, I know how to do it decently, I think. I'm not great at it, but I can get it done.
All right, let's move on to the next
All
one.
right.
What modern day slang irritates you? Whose man's is this?
Whose man's
Crying
is this?
emoji.
Yeah, who did this? Crying emoji, laughing out loud emoji. I'm dead, I'm shook.
Savage was a good one.
Yeah, all of these. I think
I'm
it's
shook.
Yeah, I think it's so stupid.
Well, I'm not a fan of emojis at all, honestly.
I'm not a huge fan. I use them from time to time.
That's the way like most people talk over
Yeah.
text.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about changing it.
I don't know. I'm just saying that's like the general way
Right,
people text
yeah.
is using a lot of emojis and stuff like that. It's just like the
still-
modern way.
Yeah, it's still kind of annoying. I hate it when I get like a text with a ton of emojis, or when I see something online that has just a ton of emojis.
Yeah,
Like,
it is
really?
annoying.
I mean, that's okay.
What other ones? We used to have a list of everything.
Like when back in the day, you had raw.
It's so funny how it's changed. Like those are so old now. Finna,
Yeah. Hella,
hella.
yeah. Hella's
Hella
not
seems
as
like a
bad.
Californian thing.
Yeah. I was talking with a friend the other day, and they're from New York, and there was so many slang terms
Really?
that never made it down here.
Oh wow.
One of them was like, if it was cold outside, this is one of the ones that stuck with me for some reason. They're like, man, it's so brick outside.
So brick.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What
There's
does that mean?
like cold. There's just so many things that she was saying.
I don't understand. Where's that come from?
I don't know. There's so
It's
many
like
more.
the,
New York.
It
New
hits
York
you like
has
a
it.
brick. The cold.
I guess it's so brick outside.
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, another one that you said is kind of annoying when you said people say that's sus.
Oh, that's suspect.
Yeah. Like, okay.
I haven't heard that
mean,
one in a while.
I haven't really heard it. I'm going off of kind of what you said since you were, YouTube more than me. Yeah, those were probably the ones.
I mean,
definitely-
we basically go against everything that becomes the new slang.
Yeah, that's probably. I mean, I just like
Because
using
we
my
talk
grammar
like
better.
regular English. So
Yeah.
we just
I like
don't
sounding
we don't
like-
use like the high school lingo or anything
No.
like that.
Or
So-
I don't speak an internet
Yeah.
language. So.
I mean, I'm on the internet a lot, but I don't
Right.
like talk like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't think of any other.
Yeah,
but
that's just
we
our
can go
thoughts on slang.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
All right. Well, that'll wrap up this episode of the Greasy Monkey Show.
Yeah,
This is
Cal
number
kind
4 of the-
of took over the hosting on this
I
one.
did. So let us know in the comments if you would prefer me to host or if you prefer Danny to host. You won't hurt my feelings. You might hurt his.
You'll hurt my feelings.
Probably.
And I'm going to cringe.
Ow, it hurts.
All right.
All right. Well, like we said, leave comments, watch our video, spread the word. Greasy Monkey. So, bye guys. See you next time.
See ya.
Turn off the camera.
Turn off the camera. Behind the scenes of the Greasy Monkey Show, number 4. Kyle fixing a door. Like a whore. Because he's poor.
Shut up.
And he's real sore.
Said, shut up, shut up, shut
Wishes
up.
he wanted more. I know. I'm the next Kendrick.